Hello and good morning, all. This morning, I'm going to start off by reading about the stimulus package that was voted on last night, right before midnight, in the Senate. But before I do, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Uh, Comment down below what you think and share my video if you would. Thank you very much. Okay, on to the story. Senate okays $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus package. 96-0. Now the House is supposed to vote on it tomorrow. By a vote of 96-0, the Senate passed a massive $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus compromise package just before midnight Wednesday, ending days of deadlock and sending the bill to the House of Representatives, which Nancy Pelosi said she will soon take up the historic measure to bring relief to individual small businesses and large corporations with strong bipartisan support. The 880-page legislation is the largest economic relief in U.S. history. Senate Majority Leader McConnell of Kentucky appeared somber and exhausted as he announced the vote. He released senators from Washington until April 20th, though he promised to recall them if needed. 96 to zip in the United States Senate. President Trump wrote on Twitter, "Congratulations, America." The unanimous vote came despite misgivings on both sides about whether it goes too far or not enough. The vote capped days of difficult negotiation as Washington confronted a national challenge unlike any of it's ever faced. Unemployment numbers were set to be revealed Thursday morning as experts warned they could reach alarming new heights. Yeah, it's because idiots are closing down everything. No, what those governors are doing are violating the First Amendment, freedom of association, freedom of assembly. They they should be people start suing them. The martial law was not declared. The First Amendment was not made null and void. We have the right to assemble. The package would provide one-time direct payments to Americans of $1,200 uh, per adult, making up to $75,000 a year, and $2,400 to married couples, making up to $150,000, with $500 per child. After the $75,000 threshold, individuals the vendor would reduce $5 per $100. A similar 1,500 threshold applies to couples, and a 112,500 threshold for heads of households. The legislation passed by the Senate will use 2019 tax returns if available or 2018 tax returns to excess income for determining how much direct financial aid individuals receive. Those who did not file tax return can use a Form SSA-1099 Social Security Benefit Statement or Form RRB-1099 a Social Security Equivalent Benefit Statement per page 149 of the bill. It sounds like a whole lot more paperwork for that. Furthermore, the bill also allocates $250 billion to extend unemployment insurance for more workers and lengthen the duration to 39 weeks, up from the normal 26. A $600 extra a week would be provided for 4 months just before voting on the final package. It also provides $349 billion in loans to small businesses, and money spent on rent, payroll, utilities becomes grants that do not need to be paid back. Many hotels will qualify as small businesses under the plan. Passenger airlines will receive $25 billion for workers' salary and benefits, plus up to $25 billion more in loans guaranteed guarantees and loans. Contract workers will also receive $3 billion in assistance. Airlines will have to agree not to furlough workers until at least the end of September to get the money. That's good. About 17 billion would go to another distressed companies like Boeing, which is seen as essential to national security. Yeah, they build all our fighters. And approximately 200 billion would be provided in tax assistance to small businesses, including payroll tax deferrals. At the same time, the bill omits many, though not all, items from Pelosi versions of the legislation that Republicans called wasteful, and with including the climate change related emission restriction for airlines and various diversity related programs provisions. Yeah, quotas. That was smart. Get rid of the frigging quotas. Gone from the stimulus bill are mentions of mandatory early voting, ballot harvesting requires that the federal agency review their use of minority banks, and they attempt to curb airlines' emissions. What's not in the Senate's bipartisan bill? Pelosi outrageous wish list, wrote GOP national spokesman Elizabeth Harrington. Zero mentions of diversity, zero mentions of emission, zero mentions of early voting, zero mentions of climate change. Good, and I agree with it. Way to go. Uh, and there's a bunch of other stuff. But I'm just glad they actually doing something, and they better start thinking anyone that votes against this in the House will get slammed during the election. Because if I was running against it, I'll just bring that up. They hate the American workers. They will not help out American workers. They voted against this. Now, as always, everyone have a good day. Be safe. Bye bye.